Elevate your routine with next-level Mary Kay Clinical Solutions boosters. Each dermocosmetic booster is packed with highly potent doses of some of science's most acclaimed ingredients. To help target your skin's specific visible signs of aging and unleash skin's full potential with every precious drop. Elevate your routine with next-level boosters. Contact your independent beauty consultant to boost your routine.
All right. I love it. Well, welcome to Booster Bootcamp Week 2. And we're going to dive in and talk the OG of boosters, our C plus resveratrol line reducer and HA plus ceramide hydrator. If you're just popping in with us today, over the last week and this week and next week, we've been talking about our Derma Cosmetics line. As a reminder, Derma Cosmetics is a fancy word that means products that are both for cosmetic beauty and for skin health. And Mary Kay's expanding its Derma Cosmetics line. The original hallmark kind of anchor of our Derma Cosmetic lines is our Pure Retinol 0.5 and our facial calming milk. And we talked all about that retinol 0.5 in our Retinol Rewind last week, which was week 1 of Booster Bootcamp. And today we're going to talk about our C plus resveratrol line reducer boosters along with our HA plus ceramide hydrator boosters. These have actually been out for, I'd say, about a year, but we thought it was good to kind of refresh our recollection before next week on February 15th for all customers and coming out on your consultant's websites are going to be our new boosters. So tune in next Monday, it'll be Booster Bootcamp Week 3, and we'll be talking about those new boosters, the Ferulic plus Niacinamide Brightener and PHA plus AHA Resurfacer, okay? And you might be asking, Farrell, what's with the names of these boosters? They're complicated, but there is a method to the madness. The boosters tell you what's in it and what it does. In the C plus resveratrol line reducer booster, it has vitamin C, it has resveratrol, and it reduces lines and wrinkles. The HA plus ceramide hydrator has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and it helps hydrate your skin, right? Very kind of intuitive and makes sense. So it is a mouthful to say, but it tells you what it does, which I think is helpful because there's a lot of uses to these boosters and there's a lot of different ways that it works. And so I think it's helpful for you to kind of see what it does, other active ingredients in the boosters. In the vitamin C plus resveratrol, you'll see there, you guys, that it also has acetyl hexapeptide 8, okay? And the HA plus ceramide hydrator, in addition to the hyaluronic acid, ceramide has verbena officinalis extract, all right? Mouthfuls, all good stuff that really, again, support your skin in targeted solutions. All right. So a question we often get is what's the difference between a booster and like a serum? A serum is more for overall skin health. All of these boosters that you're going to learn about across the next couple of weeks of Booster Bootcamp are for some targeted and specific concerns. Okay. So let's kind of take a look at that. What are the scenarios? When we'll use the products? How are we going to use them? What's the ideal client and what's the mix up of the products? Okay. So Alicia, let's kind of take a look at something. If I have a customer and she comes to me and she has not yet been using retinol, but she's open to it. She wants to address lines and wrinkles and kind of have a brighter skin, and she wants some smoothness and hydration. What would you recommend to her of the products we've already talked about between last week and this week?
So I would definitely recommend the retinol. So retinol with our facial calming milk, and then also the HA plus ceramide hydrator booster.
Okay, awesome. All right, so HA plus ceramide plus the retinol, right? And in the scenario I just gave you, this woman is open to doing the retinol process because she's not currently pregnant, she's not breastfeeding, she's not wanting to get pregnant within the next 8 weeks. So what is that going to look like after she's completed the full 8-week retinization process? What is that going to look like on a regular daily basis? For her application in the morning and then for her application in the evening?
So in the morning, you always want to cleanse, and then you can use your toner. And then you're going to go ahead and use your HA plus ceramide hydrator. You want to use about anywhere from 5 to 6 drops and make sure that the dropper does not touch your fingers. And then after you have let that booster settle in a bit, you're going to use your serums and then your day cream that has an SPF of 30 or more. And then your eye cream would be the last thing that you put on during the morning. Then in the nighttime, you're going to shift it around a little bit. You're going to go ahead and do your cleanser. And then after your cleanser, you're going to want to do your eye cream. The reason you do the eye cream before you do any other products is because you want to make sure that your hands are clean and none of those other products get into your eyes. Then after the eye cream, you're going to go ahead and use the HA plus ceramide hydrator. And then from there, you're going to retinize. And then after you do your retinol, you're going to go ahead and use the calming facial milk. And then from there, you're going to finish off your routine with your night cream.
Perfect. All right. I love it. Damien agrees. Okay. And so, all right. I love that. Thank you for explaining that. And once the retinization process is done, you guys, you can use serums, you can use your night creams, all of that. If you're not familiar with what we're talking about when we say retinization process, again, make sure you connect with your beauty consultant before you incorporate, especially something like a retinol. I also love in the reminder, Alicia, when you were setting up the scenario, boosters, retinol, everything we're talking about across these next 3 weeks, the baseline is that you have a skincare regime. Okay. None of these are going to be started. Like, you're not just going to add in a booster and think it's going to be miraculous if you're not doing your baseline of skincare. Okay. So again, if you haven't yet settled into a skincare regime, we're happy to help you with that. So let's take a look, Kim, at somebody else that's a little bit different. This person wants to target lines, wrinkles, hydration. She's not using retinol 0.5. She's unwilling to use it in this season because she's trying to get pregnant, or she's currently pregnant, or she's breastfeeding. Can you use the boosters, first of all, when you're pregnant, wanting to get pregnant or breastfeeding? That's my one question. And if so, how would you then target lines and wrinkles and hydration? What are the boosters you'd use, and what order would you use them in?
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason why someone who is in kind of that family planning time of life can't get the same results without using the retinol. And these two boosters actually are perfect for that scenario. So for the lines and wrinkles, she would use the line reducer. I mean, that seems pretty easy, right? The name says it all. And again, that hydrator just, it works in so many different ways on so many different levels to plump and hydrate and also attract moisture to the skin, that the minute anybody puts it on, they're going to be hooked. I can attest to that. So not much really would change in her skincare regime, honestly. And the changes that would be made would be pretty consistent in the daytime as well as the nighttime. So again, she'll start with her baseline. She's already using a cleanser. So let's say she's using Time-Wise 3D. That's incorporating her toning and her exfoliating. And then from there, she's going to go straight into the booster, right? So once we've got clean, dry skin, that's when we start supplementing. So she's going to boost and target. So she's dealing with lines here, if she's dealing with like a marionette line, laugh lines or whatever, then she'll put the line reducing booster in those areas. Anywhere, like Alicia said, anywhere between 4 and even 8 drops. If she wants to just go in and just get it all over, go for it. And after that's had an opportunity to fully absorb into the skin, she's going to give it a beat and let it just soak in, and then go in with the dropper of the next booster, which is the hydrator. The hydrator is a little bit thicker. That formula is a little bit thicker. So we always want to be working from thin to thick. So she'll put that on, let it soak all the way in. With that one, I like to just go ahead and put that all over. I add an extra drop for my neck too, because why not? And from there, everything remains the same. Whatever serum she's using, if she's using serum C plus E, go for it. Then after that, of course, her day cream and then her eye cream. And nothing changes at night. The only difference that she'll experience at nighttime is that she'll use her night cream instead of her day cream. She'll cleanse, she'll boost, line reducer, she'll boost, hydrator, whatever serum she's using, Night cream, eye cream, easy breezy.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, Alicia, let's go back to your woman, and she hadn't yet completed the retinization process. She's a little curious about this retinol 0.5. Let's say you have somebody that she just finished breastfeeding. She's like, I'm done having kids, and she is ready now to incorporate retinol 0.5. She's noticing that after having had her kids, because a lot of the times after we go through just different things, she's noticing that her skin is drier. So she definitely wants hydration. She's interested in the retinol, but she has not yet completed the retinization process. What are we going to use for her, and what does that look like for her?
All right, so I definitely would recommend our HA plus ceramide hydrator, and then go ahead and do the retinization. So we're going to do the retinol 0.5, and we're also going to do our calming facial milk as well. So in the mornings, you're going to do the same thing, your same skincare routine. You're going to cleanse. You always want to make sure you cleanse your face. Then you're going to do the H plus A in the ceramide hydrator. From there, any serums that you use, you're going to apply those, then your day cream, and then your last step is going to be your eye cream. Then in the evening, you want to cleanse. You're going to use your eye cream after you cleanse. Remember, we don't want that stuff to get into our eyes, so that's why we use our eye cream second. Then you're going to go ahead and use our fabulous booster, the HA plus ceramide hydrator, for that extra hydration in our face. Let that sink in a little bit, and then you're going to use retinol 0.5 and our calming facial milk. And then you're going to finish off your routine with any serums you use, and finally your night cream.
Okay, awesome. And again, it's very important that if you're in that 8-week retinization process, there are times during the 8 weeks where you can't use serums, you can't use certain things, but you actually can use the HA plus ceramide hydrator the whole entire time through the retinization process. Another important thing to kind of keep in mind when we're thinking about that, you guys are going to hear about all these boosters. There's a legit no scenario where you would use all 4 boosters plus retinol. Okay, so I know we're trying to do a lot for our skin, but there is no scenario where you are using all of the dermacosmetics line in Mary Kay. No scenario. Okay. So this is why I think it's so powerful to have a brand ambassador and a beauty consultant, because we're going to help you walk through what is best for you, not get confused, make sure you're taking all the steps and have all the information you need. Now, that's not to say that you can't use 2 or 3 of them. Let's imagine, Kim, we have someone who says, okay, I've been using retinol. I'm done with the retinization process. I'm hearing you about these boosters, and I love these 2 boosters. I like what I'm hearing because I want to address extra lines and wrinkles, and I want added hydration. Can she use all 3? What would that look like on a day and nighttime routine?
She can absolutely use all 3. All of the boxes get checked with all 3 of those products. So for sure, she's gonna start the same way we've been starting in this whole experience, right? The same thing she's been using. The only difference being that she's gonna add in those 2 boosters in the same way that we've described. She's putting them right next to her skin, clean, dry skin, allowing them to sink in, and going through with her regular daytime routine. Of course, at this point, if she's already gone through the 8-week retinization process and she's already using the 0.5 retinol on a regular basis, she's already crystal clear that every day without fail, she cannot leave the house without SPF 30 protection on her skin. So that's already kind of been systematized as she's gone through the retinization process. So we're really good there. In the evenings, not much would change with one small asterisk. So on the nights where she's using the retinol 0.5, she's going to skip the line reducer that night. She can still use the hydrating booster. She'll still go through her normal skincare, putting the eye cream on first, et cetera, et cetera. If she still feels like she needs the calming milk, go for it in the same order as usual. But on the nights when she's using 0.5 retinol, she'll skip the line reducer. And the only reason for that is because the 0.5 retinol is just so strong. It's so intense. in its efficacy and its ability to get in there and do all of the wonderful things that our skin needs as we start to lose collagen and elastin and moisture, et cetera, et cetera. And we don't want that vitamin C bumping up against that because that can cause a little bit of irritation. So we want to make sure to avoid that. However, on the nights when she is not using the 0.5 retinol, she can certainly then cleanse and tone, put on the line reducer, use the hydrating booster, use her night cream, use her eye cream as we normally would.
Okay, I love that. So let's take a little beat and highlight right there. There's never going to be a night where you would be putting on your retinol 0.5, your facial calming milk, and the C plus resveratrol line reducer. Like, just let that stick in your head. That's never going to happen. Okay. Right. And I love that. And again, don't be afraid. We're going to walk you through that and make sure you know that. And you always hear us say on Mondays, we micro, on Wednesdays, we charcoal, on Fridays is facial peel Friday. In seasons when I'm retinizing, on Tuesdays and Thursdays are my retinol days. So that means in those other days, I could do my C plus resveratrol line reducer, my HA plus ceramide hydrator. It would just mean on Tuesday and Thursdays, I would do my HA plus ceramide hydrator. I wouldn't do my C plus resveratrol line reducer. And so for me, it makes sense to just put it in days. And so if that helps you guys, Tuesday and Thursdays are the days that when in seasons when I'm retinizing, using my retinol, I am doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays because I don't do it on the nights I micro. I don't do it on the nights I charcoal. I certainly don't do it on my facial peel nights. And so Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I do it. But on those other nights, I could use my C plus resveratrol line reducer. So let's take a look at these products, okay? I know you've been dying to use it. So we have our C. I don't know if you guys can see this, but they come in white little tubes. All the boosters look like this. All the writing is in different colors. So when I have all 4 of my boosters on my counter, I'm always like looking at, okay, C plus resveratrol, HA plus ceramide is a bloom. Here's your C plus resveratrol line reducer. As Kim mentioned, it's just a little bit thinner. It's probably the thinnest of all the serums. All right, so you can see it kind of running down here. Whenever I'm applying my serums, I always fully apply one booster on my skin, okay? I'm gonna apply one booster on my skin, let it fully sink in and absorb, and then I can layer the other booster right on top of it. There's no scenario where I'm trying to like skip steps and rub both boosters together. And it's just so much thicker. I don't know if you guys can kind of tell, but you can even see the consistency is so much thicker, which the HA plus ceramide hydrator. Okay, but I'm never like putting both into the palm of my hand, mixing them. One, completely put on your skin, absorb. Next, layer on in the appropriate order on the appropriate nights, put it on my skin and absorb. Okay. So you guys, it's been such a pleasure learning about these products. Join us next week, Booster Bootcamp Week 3. We're going to tie it all together and talk about the brand new boosters that will be available on your consultants' websites and for you to take home on Week 3 for Rulic plus niacinamide brightener and the PHA plus AHA resurfacer. I'm so excited to learn more about that. We hope that you've enjoyed learning more about this and in ways that we can support you in loving the skin you're in. Alicia, Kim, thank you so much for being my co-host this evening. It's been a pleasure to hang with you. Thank you, everyone.